What's up, everybody? Welcome back to episode 424 of the Tech Sideline podcast. Still got David Cunningham here, our managing editor, and then Gary Stokan, the Peach Bowl CEO and president. Gary, how are you? Thanks for hopping on.
Great, guys. How are you? You ready for college football?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. And we
that time of the year,
and
right?
we started in Atlanta.
We look forward to hosting you. It's going to be a great weekend.
40 days away, is that right? 40 days. Virginia Tech in South Carolina, Sunday, August 31st, 3 p.m. on ESPN. Such a high-profile event, Hokies and Gamecocks. What makes Virginia Tech so attractive for an event like this, and what was kind of the selection process to bring them to Atlanta?
Well, I think the world of Virginia Tech, going back to my days with Frank Beamer.
Yeah.
He is such a special person and such a great ambassador for Virginia Tech. And so we've been very successful with Virginia Tech coming to, whether it's been the Chick Fil A Peach Bowl or the Chick Fil A Kickoff game as it was back then. And Whit Babcock, I think the world of, he's great AD. So when Whit got the job, as Frank was transitioning out, I said, Whit, we'd love to have Virginia Tech come back whenever it makes sense. And we just looked at some dates and times, and in parallel, I was talking to Ray Tanner, who was a friend of mine. He played baseball at NC State. I played basketball at NC State. We both coached there afterwards. And when he got the job at South Carolina, and then when Shane got the job, I said, man, put together the Beamer Bowl would be fantastic.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
Cheryl Beamer doesn't like it as much because we had dinner 2 weeks ago at Lake Oconee, where they have a lake house and I have a lake house, and we had dinner, and she said, Gary, what are you doing to me? You're putting together, Virginia Tech and my son's team. I don't know what colors to wear.
Yeah.
Who am I going to root for? And so the garnet and the maroon look somewhat close.
Yeah.
So she'll probably be in some kind of garnet and maroon colors. But Cheryl's been such a wonderful friend, her and Frank. And so we're looking forward to Virginia Tech. I think the world is Shane. I think he's one of the best young coaches out there in America. And both fan bases are ardent, great followers, so we should have a sellout. Sunday's a great time to do it because people can come in Saturday, enjoy Atlanta, spend Sunday, watch the game, and still get back to go to work on Tuesday. So instead of we've played Mondays before, we thought Sunday would make it easier for the fans to travel.
You've been with the Peach Bowl since 1998, I believe. You've seen, again, Virginia Tech play a handful of different times. Any memories or anything you remember about what stands out when you think back about Virginia Tech playing against Alabama or Georgia or Tennessee in any of those games?
Yeah, Frank told me and taught me that the reason he wanted to play in a game like this was because the off-season workouts for the players went to a whole new high because they knew they were going to play against great competition like Alabama when we had Alabama, Virginia Tech. The second thing he taught me is that teams will improve most between week 1 and week 2 because you have live game film against good competition. So you can coach up the kid individually per their position and collectively as a team. And that was reiterated by Nick Saban, Kirby Smart now, Dabo Sweeney. So, but Frank, and Nick really taught me that. But I've seen Frank, win a Chick Fil A Peach Bowl, win our Peach Bowl golf tournament. So Frank's participated in every event that we've had. He's won our Dodd Trophy that we promote. So we're inextricably tied to Frank Beamer and Cheryl Beamer and Virginia Tech, and we're glad to it because there's not a classier family than Shane, Frank, and Cheryl Beamer in college football.
Do you have any plans to involve him in some sort of pregame ceremony or anything maybe during the game, considering obviously the connection with Shane?
Well, it's ironic you said that we're going to honor Frank and Cheryl before the game.
Okay.
And then Frank's going to do the invocation of the game.
Okay. Wow.
So, we're definitely going to honor him because, as I said, he's participated in we do the Dodd Trophy, we do the kickoff games, we do the bowl game, we do the everything that Frank's been involved in. So yeah, we've got to honor them for sure.
Awesome.
Virginia. You of course have the Syracuse-Tennessee game the night prior.
Right.
I believe this is the 6th time you guys have done 2 games to open a year.
My staff lets me know that every time I schedule.
What are the logistics of trying to pull off 2 games in a weekend, and how exciting is it for Atlanta and everybody involved? Obviously, a lot of work goes into it, but to put on not just 1 but 2 high-profile games.
Yeah, my staff is the best in the business for what they'll do, as well as with Mercedes-Benz Stadium. There's a great partnership there, and yeah, there's signage change-outs. The end zones need to change out. The flip cards need to change. The locker rooms need to change. I mean, there's a lot of work that as soon as that game's done, we play on Saturday, the 30th at noon. That game will be over about 4. We'll be in there by 5 o'clock changing everything out so that by 3 o'clock the next day, it'll look like a whole different facility.
Yeah. It's crazy, too, because we were talking about it, and David asked you about it, but all the times Virginia Tech has played in Atlanta, and particularly in this event, but they've never played in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. For fans,
That's right.
Fans that are coming to Atlanta and visiting the stadium for the first time, what would you tell them about what to look forward to in that experience?
Well, they're in for a treat. Number one, when they get into town, they need to go to the College Football Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
There's a new AI experience, and it's totally immersive. You get a Virginia Tech experience, personalized experience, because when you log in, your ticket has an RFID chip in it.
Oh,
so
cool.
It identifies you as a Virginia Tech fan. Automatically, of the over 700 helmets, as you walk in, the Virginia Tech helmet will light up, knowing Virginia Tech fan is in the building. Then as you walk through the building, you'll not only through the films, but all the personal experience you'll get, it's a must-see. So you got to do that. The world's largest aquarium's in Atlanta. If you have time, that's a great visit too. But on game day, we'll have our team walks. The teams will actually walk through Home Depot backyard into the stadium, led by the cheerleaders and the mascot and the band. So that sets people up similar to a home game. The other thing is, when you get in outside of Mercedes-Benz Stadium, we'll have our tailgate town. All kind of sponsor activation, all kind of games and activities, food. The SEC network is going to broadcast from down there. So that's a unique thing to do. And then when you get in the facility, Arthur Blank deserves a lot of credit. He just made a fan experience facility. So everything from the 3rd level has a 700-person suite for the fans to a 100-yard bar. Nobody thinks about the 3rd level, right? Yeah. They always think about the club level. Even up on the 3rd level, the experience is unique. The sight lines are fantastic, and the concessions are the lowest in the NFL. So you get a Coke, you get a free refill. Your hot dog and popcorn is probably going to cost you $5. He's got the lowest concession prices in the NFL, but he does the most business in the NFL. So it's just it'll be a great experience. And when you get 2 college crowds in there, that a sellout atmosphere, it gets rocking. It's loud because it's 72 degrees. We promise everybody 72 degrees in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. We'll close the roof. We won't have the roof open. So it's going to be loud, and it's going to be an awesome way to kick off the college football season.
I went back and looked at the attendance numbers. Tech played there in Georgia, 2006, twice in 2009, Tennessee and Alabama, and then in 2013, above 70,000, almost pushing 80,000 in all those. But that wasn't even in Mercedes-Benz. Those were in the old Georgia Dome. This says here, the nation's longest-running kickoff game and reinventor of the neutral site season opener. What has made this event so successful over the years?
A lot of relationships. I've been in this 28 years and been in sports 47 years and got a lot of good relationships with coaches and athletic directors. And so having good relationships leads to trust and being able to develop a relationship where, okay, they trust we're going to give them a first-class experience and a first-class atmosphere, first-class competition. And then, beyond that, it's just people want to play huge games to start the season now because it gives you a differentiation point in the CFP if you're trying to get into the playoff. I think back to 2017 when we opened Mercedes-Benz Stadium, we call it the GOAT game, the greatest opener all time. So you had number 1 Alabama against number 3 Florida State.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Alabama wins that game. They didn't win the SEC that year, but the CFP in a 4-team playoff put Alabama in the playoff, and Alabama won the national championship. So these neutral non-conference games have a lot to do with how the selection committee looks at your season, because you don't schedule your conference. Your conference schedules that season. You have 3 or 4 games that you schedule. What did you do? Who did you play? Where did you play them? And did you win or lose? And so, a Virginia Tech beating a South Carolina in this case, would go a long way to helping Virginia Tech if they do good in the, do have a successful season in the ACC, helps them in front of that selection process.
You obviously have a big year because you have Syracuse, Tennessee, Virginia Tech, South Carolina. You also are hosting a college football playoff semifinal. What does that mean to the event and also to Atlanta as a whole to host an event of that magnitude?
Well, it's interesting. Basically, within one calendar year, we'll have hosted the CFP quarterfinal. We hosted Texas and Arizona State in an overtime game, 2 overtimes last year. We host the national championship in Atlanta this year with Notre Dame, Ohio State, and we'll host the semifinal this year on January 9th with 2 of the top teams in the country. So we've had all 3 of the CFP big events within 1 year, which is cool. Secondly, these 2 Aflac kickoff games, the Chick Fil A Peach Bowl and the SEC Championship, which is played in Atlanta, will be 4 of the top 5 conventions in the city of Atlanta. And Atlanta's the 4th largest convention town in the United States, behind Las Vegas, Chicago, and Orlando. So that's how important college football is to the city of Atlanta, is having all these major big sporting events that are college football. So that's what we're looking forward to hosting.
You got anything else?
No, absolutely.
Good to go?
I appreciate you for your time. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks so
Gary.
much for having me.
Thanks
Good luck
so
to the
much.
Hokies.
Thank you.
Are we going to see you guys in Atlanta?
Absolutely.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
we'll be
Yes,
down
sir.
there.
Look forward to hosting you.
No Chick Fil A on the Sunday though, because of course Chick Fil A closed on Sunday, but we will get it on Saturday. So
Get it
we'll be
on
good to go.
Saturday.
David's a big Chick Fil A guy. Big
There you
Chick Fil A
go.
guy.
Absolutely.
Red member, right?
Signature all the way up.
Signature.
There you go.
I'm sorry.
We look forward to hosting you guys.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
your
so
time.
much
We
for your
appreciate
time.
it.
Great season.
That was Gary
Thank you.
Stokan here on the Tech Sideline podcast.